Hey, grace and peace, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are back. You did not see a thumbnail. You really didn't see a title. I wanted to jump on very quickly and go over some more information about this whole FDMG debacle that's been going on for the last, month, if you will. And I got some new intel. So I woke up this morning, had an idea. I said, what if Umar Johnson is trying to lose the property? What if he's trying to? He knows that his donors have probably dried up like a puddle in the sun, but I'm sure there are probably still people donating to him, I'm sure, because they still believe. I said, what if he's trying to lose the properties? And the best way to lose the properties is to allow the township or the city of Delaware, of Wilmington, to seize them and auction them off. And that way he can position like, oh, the man took it from me, this, that, and the other. The white man is racism, all this kind of stuff like that. And the burden of the schools is off of his back. And he knows that all it's going to be is like 6 months in the proverbial penalty box. And most people are going to forget about it. And they're going to be like, okay, on to the next drama, on to the next thing, right? So by April of next year, definitely by February next year, nobody's going to be talking about him anymore. And he can just kind of slide under the radar. Whether he still has this money, because, a lot of people were speculating about what did he do with the donations and this, that, and the other, and where's the donation money? And I think that's a valid question. But I was like, what if he's doing this intentionally to lose the building? And I was like, that sounds reasonable to me. That sounds like a very reasonable move. Then that way he's back. He's got the money, whatever money he has, and he's off the radar. He can go and move in a different direction. I said, man, I can't do the school because they took away my building. Can't do the school because of XYZ, even though we've looked at tons of other people who've done schools with a whole lot less, right? So I thought about it. And I said, no, I need to find out one way or another, because it seemed plausible to me. But I said, I need to have some corroborating evidence before I go and say, oh, this is what he's probably going to do next. This will probably be his next move. And the best thing I can conclude is, I wonder if Wilmington, Delaware will give me some more intel. I emailed them the other day. They gave me the breakdown of the timeline. Let's see if I still even have that on my computer here. I do have it somewhere. There it is right there. They gave us that breakdown, and that was really helpful. I was like, oh, maybe they'll, if I reach out, maybe they'll give me a little bit more. How about that? Maybe they'll explain a little bit more. Let me bring this in. Remember, I want to show you that. Yeah, hold on. I can't give you that. That's the good stuff. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, you can only bring one thing at a time. So remember, they gave us this. And I thought, okay, that was super helpful, and kind of broke it down to us. But even while we were reading this, I mentioned that it really seems like they're still willing to work with this guy. The verbiage and the phraseology to me seem very much like, we'll take payments. I think I even joked about it and said, man, they just want you to come in here and make a payment, man. Make a payment arrangement, because they don't want the property. They want you to make a payment arrangement. Well, I reached out to them again today, and shout out to them. I'm going to try to do this while I'm talking. And I got a new update, and I think it is quite interesting. So I reached out to David Walker. Shout out to him. He's been very helpful. And I told him, hey, I have this theory. I think Umar's trying to lose the property. And you confirm one way or another if that's true. Okay. And so this is what he gets. He said, I can share that the properties in question, we know what those properties are, were removed from the sheriff's sale process. So they were going to be auctioned. And he says, Dr. Umar has communicated with our offices and has satisfied his delinquencies. I don't know how much that is, but somehow or another, he got some bread. He got some bread in his pocket. I might have to play the bread in my pocket. He has satisfied his delinquencies and has entered into a payment agreement. Y'all, we going into FDMG extra innings now. So the properties are no longer up for sale, as far as I can tell. And from what I'm understanding here, he's making payments on the previous balance. I'm sure he's probably, they maybe even gave him a little bit of grace on that 501c3, that vacant building waiver. Maybe they gave him a little bit of grace on that. But it looks like, with all due respect, FDMG is no longer going to be auctioned. It's off the list. So what's going to happen now? Now we are in FDMG extra innings. How did we get here? How did we get here? So I just wanted to jump on and tell y'all that the saga continues. And I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know. I mean, since this is almost 100% a donor-funded activity, I just can't see how he's going to get donors. I mean, again, some people are going to donate to him no matter what. And that's fine. That's their prerogative. I just don't know. Because we're still talking in excess of $1 million operational costs every year. From January 1 to December 31, it's easily going to be $1 million, easily. And that's very, very conservative. If you go lucrative, if you go, out of control, it could be $2.5 to $3 million every single school or calendar year, however you work it out. Where's that money coming from? So even if he did rescue it, even if he was able to slide it by the skin of his teeth, I think somebody just said it right there, Costa Chameleon said another save by the skin of his teeth. Even after that, I don't know where's the money coming from, though. Okay, fine. You were able, and maybe he really was sitting on all those donations, and maybe he was able to get his bank accounts unfrozen. Whatever. What do you think? I want to know, because I think this is very interesting, extremely interesting, how late in the midnight hour, in the 11th hour, he was able to slide in and rescue these buildings. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all that. I thought that I'm sure more people will probably find out today as well that, as of right now, they're off of the auction block. FDMG is no longer up for sale. That is crazy. The saga continues. That is absolutely bonkers. Well, let me know what you think for sure. Give me your feedback. Give me your 2 cents. Give me your theories. Everybody, tinfoil hats are welcome. What do you think is going to happen? How is he going to pull this off? Because it does seem like, I thought he was going to let the buildings go and let the whole school thing go. No, he still got the buildings. What is he going to do? Tell me, what is he going to do? He's going to turn it. And I don't think he got the money from Saint Center. So that whole offer from Saint Center is off the table or out of the way. Did he get somebody to invest in him? Did he have the money tucked under his mattress? Where did the money come from? How did he pull this off? Because remember, his bank accounts were frozen. So how did they get unfroze? Did they figure out what the fraud was and let him have his accounts? Maybe he wasn't being sued. Maybe, everybody that thought his accounts had been seized by the Alphabet boys, whether it be FBI or something like that, maybe that wasn't it. Well, clearly it must not have been it. What does Caustic say here? I think if he actually ever opens a school, it will never be a school to benefit the low or no income children. He will have to market it for high income earner children. No question about it. There's going to be a lot of problems with that, but I agree with you. 100% caustic. Excellent observation. There's going to be some problems, though. Major problems with that theory. I mean, with that application and applying that. But no, I think you're right on the money, though. So I want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This month has been phenomenal, and we've seen exponential growth from views to subscribers. And I just want to say thanks. I'm glad you all are finding value in what we're doing over here. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the engagement. The comments have been amazing. The emails have been electric, all that kind of stuff like that. Thank you so much. I do want to say I appreciate all of my members. You all really are the rock stars that keep this thing going. So thank you so very much to all of the subscribers. Thank you so much for just letting me know that I earned your subscription. And of course, the countless thousands of you all, tens of thousands, dare I say hundreds of thousands of you that hit the like button. That means a lot. You don't realize how much hitting that little simple like button matters. So thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you all. Thank you for that. I'm going to get ready to hit the streets. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the day. Until next time, everybody, grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.